I'm at Kooringal Golf Club in Melbourne with Tay Wilson.
How's it going, Micah?
It's going good. Should we go out and look at some interesting grass? Maybe take a car ride?
Let's do it, buddy.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, Micah, they're a combination of Kooringal and pure distinction, and maybe some old pen cross, pen links through there. Vary from 50-50 bent-Poa out there to probably 80-20 as well.
And your mowing height?
3 mil mowing height all year round.
You never change it?
Never change it. No, we just 3 mil all year round for us seems to work for us, and we just manage the speed through like just using the right amount of water and nutrition and growth regulators and things like that.
Wow, this is a color contrast.
Yeah, so this is just in a low-lying area of the course where we have a pond that's fed from a bore that's very, very high in salt. We've tried to grow kikuyu through here, but the only thing that grows here is saltwater cooch or paspalum.
Yeah, as Americans would know it, or other, seashore paspalum.
Yeah. She's pretty fine because we spray it at the same rate of growth regulator that we do on the kikuyu. So she's very fine, but it's the only thing that grows here just due to the leaching from the bore water that's feeding these dams here.
All right, so it's just so saline that this can survive, and the kikuyu cannot invade.
No, we've tried to sod it out, and it just falls over.
All right, so it's just a hard line where the salinity difference is.
Yep. Yeah, so this is something that's been introduced in the last sort of 5 years or so, where we've created these sort of sandy waste areas, which is sort of covering, I guess, a clay mound that was put here to separate the holes for safety reasons. So it's initially pretty much a hot topic, and some of the club members probably didn't take to it as quickly as we would have wanted, but now it's been in for 5 years, it's sort of seeing the benefits, creates great contrast, and we've got a bunch of indigenous native plants all through here, and in springtime looks fantastic with flowers and all that sort of stuff.
And how do you decide which to burn? Can we look at this plant that's burned?
Yeah, so we're just burning.
Why aren't they all burned?
We're just burning the grasses that sort of get to sort of the end of their life and can't do anything else. So we burn them back, and it reshoots the green grass and comes through. It's the first time we've done the burning, but it's pretty popular amongst a lot of the other sandbelt clubs.
So you say this plant is finished, we're going to burn it.
Yeah, it's a lot of the self-seeding grasses and things will burn right back down. As I said, first time we've been doing that, so it's been successful so far. We're seeing a lot of green shoots coming through, so that's great.
How does this play rules-wise? Just play the ball as it lies?
Play the ball as it lies, yeah. Initially, when we planted through here, we did plant quite thickly through here, but then it just got way too thick with plants, so we've had to remove a lot that we didn't really want, just got too thick. Use them somewhere else around the course, but we feel like we've got the balance pretty good now.
Here's more fire.
Yep, yeah, so we just use a little flamethrower that goes off a gas bottle, and through here you probably had knee-high grasses all the way through, and we've just burned them down to sort of ankle height, and they'll regenerate that way. I would call it like an indigenous sort of area with plants. We're trying to bring the local indigenous plants that were here many years ago back into the area, and then any self-seeding grasses we're obviously burning down. But this area was just a mound of clay, and had some old wattle trees on here that all died, and then to try and improve the area, improve the look, we've decided to go down this path, and feel like it's been really beneficial to the aesthetics of the course. Yeah, so on our kikuyu fairways, we get down to about 7 millimeters, 8-7 millimeters in the summertime, springtime, and this time of year we're at 10.
So you're a little bit less than a half inch. In the summer, you're just above a quarter inch.
That's correct, yep. Growth regulators, we run them pretty frequently from about September, start of our spring, all the way through to April sometime in autumn. And we're roughly at about 3 litres a hectare for our growth regulators.
Is that Trinexapac?
Yes, that's pretty much, yep, that's correct.
Do you have any weed problems?
Not a lot of weed problems because it's so tight. And And in the really tight areas, we won't get hardly any Poa annual. Generally, our Poa pressure is on the edges of the fairways where we have widened the fairways in the last 5-6 years. Push the fairways out, we have a bit of Poa pressure there, but generally not any broadleaf pressure or anything like that.
And you don't top dress them?
No, we don't top dress them, so they are quite thatchy. Yeah, we don't have the budget to top dress them. Wish we could. We're verticutting sort of once a year in the spring as well.
You remove a lot of material when you verticut?
We're just playing around. We've only done it twice. We're just playing around with the depths. We don't have a big golf course, so we don't really have anywhere to dig a hole to bury it. So we're just a few times we've done it, we're just blowing it into the roughs.